Hi, everybody. Welcome back for another tarot tea time. I hope you guys are doing great. Oh my gosh, it's been a while. As you guys noticed, I took a couple weeks off and thank you all for being so patient. I don't even know where to begin. I just want to dive into the tea, but I'll just say there's been a lot going on here. Our rescue dog, Sunny, he's been taking up a lot of time, which he's worth it. But yeah, we've had some stuff going on with him, like health wise, and it's just been taking all of my energy and resources. But we've gotten like a great trainer. I'm learning how to train him as well and help him with some of his challenges. So that's really what I've been up to. It's just kind of taken up all my time and attention, and I kind of needed to focus on it. And I was just exhausted every night, just kind of falling into bed. And we've got things under control now, though, and I'm excited to get back to spilling tea. Hey, Sage Moon. Hey, Penny. Oh my gosh, how are you guys? What's new? How's Aries season been treating you? Hopefully good. I feel like Pisces season was a lot, and I've been liking Aries season. I feel like I've got some energy back. What about you guys? Hi, Melissa. Oh, you and Lily. Hi, Voices of Davis. Oh my God, the whole crew's showing up. I'm so excited to see you guys. This is going to be amazing. And of course, the tea is piping hot today. We've got stories on stories to start spilling about. Sorry, my camera's like a little bit close. I could adjust it, but I say we just carry on with the tea. Hi, Natalie. Good evening. How are you? Well, okay, guys. So I wanted to start with P. Diddy because, some people like to leave the best for last. They like to build the momentum. I say, let's dive in. Let's eat the ice cream first. I want to really do a reading on this. And I have not even pulled any cards for myself about this. I've been curious, but I wanted to save this. So, oh, there he goes. There goes Sunny. Please don't knock over the camera. Okay, good. All right, he's settled. Good boy. Hi, Babalu. Hi, Chrissy. Oh my God, how is everybody? The Tea Tribe. This is so fun. Oh my God. Okay. So let's start with Diddy. We're just gonna see what the cards say. Obviously, we know what's been going on with the feds raiding his places, not only in LA, but in Miami. I mean, the allegations are countless. This is something that's been buzzing for years with people dropping hints. Even Usher back in 2016 mentioned on the Howard Stern show that what he had seen at Diddy's house was like really out there. And it was strange because he didn't say what it was. It's like a lot of people have not said what exactly was going on. And it leads you to beg the question of like, did these people know exactly what Diddy was doing allegedly? He hasn't gone to trial, yet. But did they know, or was this something that, they just kind of suspected? Did they turn away from it? Like, did they not know what was going on? Like, I don't know. There's so many questions that keep stacking up about not only Diddy, what really went on, but like the peripheral people, J-Lo, Usher, Justin Bieber. It's really sad, when we think about just the web that he potentially has been weaving for years and years. So we're going to pull some cards. We're going to see what comes through, but I want to catch up with what you guys are saying first. Sage Moon, doing good. Good. I hope that your work situation is going well. I remember you mentioned something like that recently about switching up some work stuff. Totes around getting some energy back. Good. Maybe a positive Mercury retrograde for us all. LOL. You know what, Sage Moon? I actually think that this is going to be a positive Mercury retrograde where we can rethink things. I will do a members video about that. Some Mercury retrogrades are more difficult than others. This one, I like. I really like. So we are going to be recalibrating. We have some good opportunities. Oh, Chrissy, I missed you too. I missed you guys so much. Oh my God. Like, this is so fun. I'm doing well. Thank you, Sage Moon. I feel like I'm doing well, but I have been basically learning how to be a dog trainer. Like, long story short, I have been we have a dog trainer that comes here who also works with like difficult cases of like animal abuse, and he also works at the zoo. So like, we've really needed a lot of resources to help Sunny, who has a lot of trauma. And but it's been really rewarding. So I've been like all hands on deck trying to get him healthy. He had some other health problems that came up like worms, and I mean, guys, the list goes on and on, but it's worth it. He's worth it, and I'm happy to be back. But it was like another full-time job. So cooking and prepping for Easter. Okay, Melissa, what are you cooking? Mm. Aw, you guys. Okay, wait, Chrissy says Wendy Williams talked about it. Poor Wendy Williams. I feel like sometimes people in Hollywood, this is just my take, like sometimes people in Hollywood that end up going crazy. I feel like, and with Wendy, I think it's a health thing. That's different. But in general, like Britney Spears, for example, it's like, did these people really go crazy or were they a sane person in a crazy situation? And so it eventually just drove them to the edge. That's kind of what it seems like with a lot of these scenarios. So, I mean, you can only take so much. Hey, Gigi. Happy Friday, Penny says. Voice of Davis, we offer personal tarot readings again. Yes, I will, Voice of Davis. I will post about that this weekend in our members only, or not members only, I'm sorry, in our community tab. I sure will. Especially because it's Aries season. I feel like good time for a reading, like fresh start. Melissa says hot honey bacon smokies and banana pudding. Oh my gosh, Melissa, I'm coming to your house. That sounds good. Missed everyone. Oh, cute lifer. I missed all of you guys so much. I'm so happy that we're back in the swing of things. Thank you again for being so patient. It's been more than I want to even burden you with going on around here. Because we're just here to spill the tea and have some fun. But yeah, I love you guys so much. Y'all mean everything to me, and I'm so excited that we're back at it. Yes, indeed. Glad you're doing well too. Okay, fantastic. So shall we? Shall we? Oh, Chrissy says I looked for the membership link and could not find it. Chrissy, you are not the only one who said that. And it's so crazy because Michael and I were even trying to I was like, okay, you do it from your phone and see, because I can only see like the moderator or whatever version. But when I looked from his perspective, from his phone, it looks like when you're looking at the channel, there's like a join button that's either right next to subscribe, or if you're on your phone, you have to like scroll to the right because it's like hidden on your phone, which the design could be better, right? Um, I'll see if I can find a specific link. I tried to find one before and I couldn't, but that's annoying. I'm so sorry that it's like difficult. It shouldn't be. It should be easy. Yes, always welcome. Oh, Melissa, you better watch yourself. I'm going to be there with my spoon for the banana pudding. Aw, you guys are lovely. Thank you, Sage Moon. Oh my God. Aries season. I got my fire back. Thank you. You're so sweet. All right. Let's get into this. This is juicy. This is kind of wild. So here's what I want to do for the Diddy thing. And before I pull the cards, Michael and I were talking about it a little bit, and I've learned a lot from Michael, because he's done like criminal defense, medical malpractice. Like Michael has had a long career of dealing with situations that are like stressful, high stakes. Some of these like celebrity court cases, obviously, I'll ask him for his opinion. And I learn things all the time from him, things that I had no idea about. And I asked him about this Diddy thing. Okay. And allegedly, of course, because we're not making any decisions here, the process of law has to be carried out. But I asked him, I was like, do you think that the feds would have raided his properties if it was just, like what level does it have to be at for the feds to do that? Because Diddy, of course, is still denying any wrongdoing at this point in time. He's maintaining his innocence. He's saying through his lawyers that he's going to fight this. So I asked Michael, I'm like, how does that work? And he said that they have to have quite a bit of evidence to do this. So and I mean, according to him, he basically said like they have a strong case, at least in their opinion. Like the feds must feel they have a very strong case to take this step, and so publicly. So it's not just a hunch at this point. You know what I mean? Like there's a reason that they were able to do all of this. So even though he's maintaining his innocence, the fact alone that these raids occurred, he flew out of the country. That was strange. It's like, you know what I mean? It's just, who does he think he's kidding at this point? So let's just pull some cards though to see like what energy comes through. I want to just see what comes through because this is a mess. It's a mess of energy. Someone was even arrested for being like one of his mules, human trafficking. Like It's like there's so much. There's so much. And of course, as we pull these cards, we want to send love and peace and consideration to all of the victims. Like that is horrible that anyone would go through something like this. And if he is guilty, may the justice card and the tower card come on through. Okay, so let's see. What is the general energy right now around Diddy? The magician. He just won't quit. This is the kind of person that it's almost like the magician can be a good card, right? But in this case, it is a very negative because this is someone who always believes that they can continue to get out of a situation. So, just like how he said, "Oh, we're going to fight this." Like this isn't, you know, he doesn't know when to stop. He doesn't know when to quit. He doesn't know when to just say, "Okay, I'm guilty, pay the price for the crime," or whatever. Like this is someone who believes that they can continue to manifest their way out, pull strings. It's not over till it's over kind of mentality. So we are definitely not going to see him go quietly, which that makes sense. Let's see what else. Let's see. What are you guys saying? Oh, you're still trying to figure out the button. Oh, wait, Sage Moon says, "I don't think YouTube Mobile has a join button. I believe they make it to where the button is on desktop. Hopefully, they update that feature." Yes, hopefully. Ugh, thank you guys for helping each other coordinate. I I was able to see it on Michael's phone, but we had to, like, scroll to the side, and it's hard to even, like I can't put it into words, but we had to, like, do something, and it should be just accessible and easy. Um, Dang it. Okay, let's see. What are you guys saying? Chrissy says, "Britt, I heard through various news programs that to get a warrant, the judge had to approve that warrant." Yes, yes. And in order for the judge to approve, there has to be real concrete evidence. Like there has to be a reason, right, Chrissy? Especially for something so high profile for the feds. I mean, this wasn't like a local government official. This is something that is like national level government officials are involved in. So yeah, totally, Chrissy. Okay, so let's see. Could he fly out of the country? Gigi, didn't he already fly out of the country? Like he flew to like not Barbados, but like Barbuda, which is like kind of by Barbados. Um, some people were saying that he was tipped off, which is why he left. I mean, it's crazy. And he's coming through as the magician energy, so that's what he wants. If you look at this card, the magician in a negative sense, which this would obviously be a negative sense given the situation and the subject matter, this is someone who will throw anything at you to distract you, to change things up. This is a very sly character, not someone that you can trust, obviously, but it's also someone who will stop at nothing because there's a cup, a sword, a wand, and an infinity symbol, as well as money on the table. So this is someone who's going to use anything at their disposal. So, I mean, it's so crazy because the sky's the limit. And that's why I think that he has been able to operate for so, so long. I mean, the laundry list, when they finally do take him to trial, the laundry list of items is gonna be long. This is like the next Epstein, in my opinion. And I think that this might actually be worse because people are actually gonna be exposed. I don't know how more of that Epstein list wasn't like a huge deal, didn't come out. That's strange to me still, but I think that it's about to be exposed. And it's probably a lot of the same people, in my opinion. Okay, so let's see. Let's keep it moving. What else comes through around the situation? So he's obviously the magician. He is working to throw everything at the problem. What else is going on? Okay, the 3 of Wands. So see this person with the binoculars and the wands. This is someone who is just in this situation, allegedly for entertainment purposes, this is like spying. Usually, this is my card about looking to the future, but in a very literal sense, because of this topic, I'm going to say this is spying. This is recording devices. This is being invasive and involved in situations where people don't even know that you're there. So, could this also be Diddy? I think so. A lot of articles that I've been reading have talked about the fact that when the feds went into his properties, allegedly they found recordings of a lot of different people. I think it was actually Tisa Tells, that YouTube channel. I like her YouTube channel a lot. She actually is the one that said that. And I mean, I feel like she really does a good job of like finding a bunch of information. So, credit to her for putting that out there. But I think that this is confirming that there was um information, you know, video footage. There is there is evidence, like cold hard evidence, not just of him doing those things, but I think of other people. And maybe for a long time, he was able to use that as leverage, maybe blackmail, things like that. So, I mean, it just gets spookier and spookier. This is basically just confirming. Let's see if we can get any more information that we don't already have. Let's see. Sage says, "Do you think his jet flew to Antigua as a decoy?" Oh, but he was really in Miami or something with his daughters. Okay. He's definitely hip hop's Epstein. Sage Moon. That's good. That's a t-shirt right there. I think he's about to be the fall guy. Okay, okay. Well, he's still fighting. He's still trying to fight. And you know what, Sage Moon? Even if he is going to be the fall guy, I feel like he's going to take people down with him because of all these like recordings and things that he has. He's a Scorpio. I believe that. Oh my God. Okay. I was just getting a piece of dog hair, of course, off of my sweater. And when I did, I turned my deck over and I had the tower card at the bottom of the deck. This is the fear. Bottom of the deck is like greatest fear, subconscious, what's going on, like, out of what others can see. It's like what's going on within his mind. The deepest part is the tower moment. This is his fear. So yeah, he's afraid that basically Sage Moon, what you said, that he's going to be the fall guy. He's afraid that the whole house of cards is about to come tumbling down. Well, yeah, that would make sense. Okay, let's see what else? Do you guys have other questions about the situation? Because there are a lot of angles. So if you have like specific questions, I'd be happy to pull a card on those. Um, Penny says, "Is there a bigger fish?" Chrissy says, "Yes, there are bigger fish. She's the fall guy." Okay, so Sage Moon and Chrissy both think that there are bigger fish. Sage Moon says he's a Scorpio sun, allegedly a Capricorn rising with a Virgo moon. That's cold. Listen, that's cold. If that is true, I like how you said allegedly, Sage Moon. Capricorn rising, you guys, we know that Capricorns are all about that business. So that already is going to give someone a calculating mindset. Now, your chart can be softened in certain ways by other placements, or it can be strengthened to the point where someone could be kind of a hard character to get through to. And it doesn't get much harder, like more of a hard shell than a Capricorn rising, all business, boss energy, very much about needing to always get what you want and planning things out meticulously, with a Scorpio sun, because that's the power player as well. Two very controlling power energies. And then Virgo moon. Virgos, I got to say, every single sign has its dark and light. Virgos on the dark side are also controlling, perfectionistic, detail oriented, OCD. And because it's an earth sign and not like a water or a fire or air, earth can be very immovable and can be cold as well at times, similar to air signs. Fire signs and water signs, they tend to be very accessible through their emotions, but an earth sign energy or a air sign energy that's closed off or has made their mind up is almost impossible to get through to. So those three, if that really is his big three, thank you for sharing that, Sage Moon. That makes a lot of sense. Yikes. It's like an outer shell you just can't get through to. Like, who's the real person inside, you know? It's also interesting that he's changed his name so many times. Yes, he's an entertainer, but it's almost like being able to disassociate from like your core, like who are you? I don't know. That's just kind of something that makes me, I would think it's a little strange. Chrissy says they're saying politicians, music executives, etc. Guys, it's gotta be this. It's gotta be what Tisa Tells was saying, and then what the cards are confirming about how he must have people on video doing these things, which is why he's been able to operate, get favors, become more and more powerful in the industry over time. I mean, I definitely think he took the dirtiest route possible to remain successful. And he's terrified of it all crumbling down and him being the fall guy, him being the person falling out of the tower. Okay, let's see. I'm curious about this. This is a little bit off topic, but it's still kind of in the same lane. I'm curious about J-Lo. Remember when J-Lo dated P. Diddy? Similar to Usher. Like, I have the same question. Like, did they sense that any of this was going on? Did he keep it hidden? Was it like two sides of his personality? Or were they in a place in their careers where they were willing to like look the other way, which would be really, really bad? I'm just curious, like, did J-Lo know about any of this? Because she is such a big celebrity who has remained successful. Um, did J-Lo know about this? I just want to know. Very curious. And if so, I bet she'd be freaking out right now. Empress reversed. Dang. This is okay. This is not an explicit yes, but this is an like a yes, she had a hunch. It's not like completely innocent. The reason I say that is because the Empress card in the upright is like someone who would never like be a part of this, would never stand for anything like this. The Empress card is like nurturing and strong and like really like the kind of feminine energy that like we look up to, right? Someone that like you can count on, but they're also soft and like good-hearted and but they're strong and you can't mess with them. It's like a very strong female archetype. In the reverse, it's saying that this is a person who has those qualities, but who is not engaging those qualities right now. So it's like she can be that type of person, but at that time in her life, she was not maybe, adhering to all of her morals. This isn't to say that she like participated, but this is, I would say allegedly for entertainment purposes, this card in the reverse is saying that she had a clue. It's not like she didn't notice things. Dang. So yeah, I think she's probably freaking out because maybe she thought that this would come eventually. Maybe she hoped this day would never come just because she didn't want to be associated. Let's see. Sage Moon says, child, I'm sure people are going to be calling for his flight logs like Epstein. Yes, it's alleged he recorded people he abused doing certain things to keep his blackmail. Sage Moon, well said, as always. Sage Moon comes with the Virgo receipts, the Virgo sun receipts. Babalu says Usher definitely saw things as well. Okay, let's see about Usher. Sage Moon says, yes, please get into the J-Lo tea of it all. She allegedly carried, sorry, I was just thinking, Sage Moon, about how you said child. That was so cute. She allegedly carried the weapon used, oh no, to harm a woman in a club back in the day. Oh yes, remember when that happened? They were in the club and then J-Lo, then they broke up like pretty much right after that. There was like that shooting in the club. I forgot about that. Allegedly, another person took the fall for him, though. Oh my God. Also, apparently, Diddy had a track record of having his girlfriends carry weapons for him so he wouldn't get caught with them. Sage Moon. Oh my God. Sage Moon, I saw that he did that too. Was it Cassie as well? Or no, it was one of the people that most recently spoke out, but everybody's been coming out of the woodworks. Gosh, wow. Gigi said the card gives me the vibe of turning a blind eye to it. Gigi, well said. Absolutely. Absolutely. I love the way you said that, turning a blind eye. Because the Empress in the upright, right, would never be okay with this. Would see something and be like, listen, I have morals, I have integrity. Like, you're not gonna hurt those people. You're not gonna do this. This person would speak up. In the reverse, it's like a knowing that it's wrong because this person has morals. This person knows the right thing, but is choosing to not do the right thing, or turn a blind eye, as Gigi says. I love it. Exactly. Okay. I heard a video that she carries the weapon. Yes, Cassie alleged in her lawsuit against him. Okay. Okay. Chrissy says, Britt, it is like the guy who just got arrested. He was carrying the drugs for him and the weapons for Diddy. Yeah, the drug mule of it all. It's like it's just a matter of time. You know what I mean? It's like there are so many moving parts that there's no way that this isn't going to all come crumbling down. Okay, so let's see. The mule. Yes, Chrissy. The mule. It is like that guy. It's like they're trying to it's like he is disengaging and letting all these other people around him take the fall, but it's all roads lead to Diddy at this point. Like it's over. And if you guys watch the video where I interviewed Camila, who is an amazing Vedic astrologer, so we're like looking at astrology through a different lens, through like Eastern tradition. She's so interesting. I love her. I'm obsessed with her TikToks. Highly recommend checking her out, Spiritual Bossy. But in that podcast episode, I asked her about Diddy because she did his birth chart from the Vedic perspective, and she said that this is a karmic cycle. And she's been talking about this on her, on her stuff as well. She's been saying that October was the beginning of, beginning of the end. And that is when the allegations were like really starting to come out about Diddy. And then it was quiet. And then here we are in eclipse season. And that she says the new beginning will be April 8th for him. So that was such an interesting conversation. If you guys get a chance to go over there and, to that video and see what she has to say, wow. But I think that this is definitely going to catch up quick, especially based on that conversation I had with her, with April 8th being a big turning point. Anyway. Okay, so let's see what else we got here. Chrissy, Diddy never carries the evidence. He has someone holding it for him. Yeah, it's so sneaky, so gross. Yep, this Diddy stuff goes deep. Sageman says you can't pull on the threads because it's just, right? Mind blowing. Totally, Sage Moon. Gigi, yes, October's eclipse season as well. Melissa says I started following her. Oh my God, good. I love her. You guys, and she is so sweet. And she's good people. She's part of the T tribe vibe. You know what I mean? She's a sweetheart and so knowledgeable. So I love it. Yes. Glad you followed her. Okay. So let's see what else is going on here. I also thought it was weird that his sons were there and he wasn't there. Like, is he even gonna have his own sons take the fall? Let's do a little reading about that. Would Diddy let his sons take the fall? Like, what is his attitude towards his sons? Because it was interesting that Diddy wasn't there, but they were during the raid. It does seem like maybe he was tipped off. Like, would he be tipped off and leave his sons? It wouldn't surprise me given all the other things he's done. Allegedly, of course, at this point. But let's see. What is his attitude towards his sons? Or like what is going to be the outcome for Diddy's sons in all of this? Yay, Melissa's a new member. Woohoo. Welcome, Melissa. Oh my God, that's awesome. Thank you for pushing through also and figuring it out. YouTube definitely made you jump through some hoops for that one. But she persevered. Okay. The moon in reverse. Oh, guys. Okay. This gives me the creeps on so many levels. Where to start? So in astrology, okay, there's so much symbolism here. In astrology, the moon, our moon sign, talks about our childhood, and often it can indicate the parent that you had the most difficulty with. So sometimes your emotions will be kind of it's like emotions that you're here to kind of work out, right? So you have emotionally been imprinted upon. And anyway, it goes so deep. And I just had all those deep talks with Camila. So like I'm gonna rein it back in. But basically, this is childhood. Okay. The moon is childhood in astrology. It has to do with your deepest feelings, right? The fact that we got this in reverse, this is about a lack of loyalty, a lack of honoring those feelings. Also, the moon indicates emotions that are hidden. In reverse, this is like emotions being made known. So I feel like maybe his sons aren't even aware of just how cold their father can be. Like, I am under the impression, based on just this card alone, that they think that they have a certain type of relationship with him, but that they don't realize, but it's going to come out, through this experience, that if given the choice, he would, you know, give them up. Basically, if they could take the fall, he would gladly allow it. Which is a betrayal of this moon energy. It's a betrayal of the childhood energy. It's a betrayal of the nurturing, moon sign of like how we're supposed to be loved and nurtured and cared for. That it's actually that's really messed up. Um, but it's going to be made known. So if they don't already, they are going to definitely find out throughout this experience just who their father really is. I think that they're in on it. Obviously, they know what's going on, but they think deep down, well, he would never do that to me though. I'm his son. Like we're a family, we're a team. What they don't realize is that Diddy is a team of one. He's on his own team. Very narcissistic, creepy, ick. Everything is ick. We're gonna have to like take a shower after this. Like, ugh. Okay, what are you guys saying? Sage says, I think the eclipse on April 8th might be near his Chiron and Aries. Oh my gosh. Sage Moon? I bet you're right. 1000%. Wow, Sage Moon, what an amazing, amazing point to bring up. Holy smokes. Chiron, the wounded healer. And, in other circumstances, or like if he had lived his life differently, when you have your like Chiron and your Chiron return, it's when things are highlighted, in your life, like where for good or for bad. Like, let's say he was a good person, because Chiron and Aries is all about the wound of needing. What's weird is I just said me, myself, and I, like Diddy's a team of one. This is really strange because that's actually Chiron and Aries energy on the negative side. So just to go on a little side, sidetrack here because I think it's important, and I like what you brought up, Sage. Um, Chiron and Aries people, they are here to work through the wound of self. Aries is all about the self. It's about I. How do you identify? What makes you you? It's about you identifying your ego from a positive place. And while people with Chiron and Aries are developing this part of themselves, they're pushed by their life experiences to, really sort through what does it mean to be a self? Like, am I going to be balanced? How can I get my way in life while still respecting others, while not going too far into Aries energy? The reason that these people will have this wound is a lot of the time in childhood, they will feel like they weren't seen, weren't noticed. Maybe they were an outcast, and then they get older and they feel like they have to be noticed. They have to exert their power. Aries is the god of war, right? So it's like they can be very, very warring, like that type of Mars energy in their life. Now, what ideally they're supposed to do is work through what it feels like to not feel powerful so that they can establish a healthy sense of self. So they go from feeling like an outcast, feeling like a loser, or people being mean to them, like all that stuff, all those icky feelings. And they go through that. And then they become someone with healthy self esteem who can have positive partnerships, a positive impact on others, and are really strong in who they are. That's like the healthy side. So if Diddy had operated differently with the Chiron return, he would have had a moment of, something positive happening where it's a good karmic reward. Maybe something, some dream would come true. Like he could get in the Hall of Fame, or, if you're like a sports player, like something good that really is a culmination of you, like, gold star, like the universe being like, you did it. Like you were who you were meant to be. Good job. But if you don't overcome that and, you just decide to let that feeling make you bitter, you stay in the wound and then you wound others, the Chiron return will be very ugly. And Sage Moon, I think that's what it is. Wow. Wow, wow, wow. Mind blown. 1000%. Okay, let's see. What are you guys saying? Chrissy says, Cat Williams said in a YouTube on Shay Shay that 2024, everything was coming down. Okay. I mean, people always call the whistleblower crazy until it comes true. Wow. He mentioned many people, including Diddy, Jay-Z, and many others. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. I wonder if Beyonce would try to get ahead of it. You know what I mean? Like she's doing this kind of rebrand. We should pull some cards on that, on Beyonce and Jay-Z, because that's crazy. Gigi says, I believe the last eclipse was near his Chiron. Okay. Either way, it's definitely the closing out of that cycle. Interesting, Gigi. Melissa says, I'm determined. Yes, you are. You sure are, Melissa. Hey, you can't stop Melissa. We know that. Wow. Okay. All right. So let's see. Yes, Chrissy, they say Jay-Z might be the next one to be taken down. All right, let's pull some cards on that. His son was named on the court papers. Oh, dang. Chrissy says, I follow Tisa too. I see your lives too. All right. Nice. We're on the same corner of the internet, clearly. I've always had icky vibes about Jay-Z. I have too, in a weird way. Like, I didn't for a little bit, but certainly when that elevator footage came out with like he and Solange and Beyonce, like that gave right icky vibes. And then when Beyonce came out with the song about Becky with the good hair, that made me sad. And like, I don't know, it's just been a lot of just that kind of feeling of like something's not right. Um, I don't know. Let's just see. Let's see what's going on. But just, I don't know, but there are different levels to this stuff, right? Maybe someone is unfaithful to their spouse, but they aren't involved in this type of, human trafficking and like all these things. There are different levels. So let's see. None of them good, but let's just see what's going on here. Um, let's just pull some cards on Jay-Z. Let's see what comes through. I don't know. The Cat Williams interviews had 67 million views. I'm gonna watch it again after this. Gigi says, it's interesting how transiting Saturn and Venus are close to his natal North Node. Okay, that's another thing then, Gigi. By the way, thank you for dropping that wisdom on us. So Saturn, close to your North Node, that's another karmic energy. So like Saturn, Chiron, anything happening with Pluto. Now, Pluto moves very slowly. So I don't like to say Pluto as much because that's more of like a generational planet, but it does have karmic energy in my opinion, but definitely Saturn, definitely Chiron. These are planets that really expose like how have you been doing behind the scenes? Saturn rewards those who show up like thanklessly, people who are good behind the scenes when no one's watching. Like Saturn will reward you for that. Chiron will reward you for that as well. But on the flip side, those aren't like soft, fuzzy energies. Like if you don't do, the good things, if you don't do the hard work behind the scenes, if you don't try to be a good person, Saturn and Chiron will expose that 1000%. And with Venus being there as well, Venus, love, beauty. Diddy has definitely misused beauty and manipulated people's love. So, guys, astrology in the wild at its finest. I'll just say that. Holy smokes. Okay. So let's see about Jay-Z. What's coming through? Sage Moon says he's got some malefic energy playing out in his chart right now. He better recognize. LOL. He better recognize. Today, Beyonce's album came out. Have you guys listened to it yet? All right, Jay-Z. I can't even talk. The Tower, upright, straight out the gate. Yes. Yeah. I'm sorry. Why am I excited? This isn't exciting. This is bad, but it's exciting when the cards are like just freaking clear. Yeah. This is just a strong yes. He's a part of it because we pulled the Tower for Diddy at the bottom of the deck. He's connected. He has connections running through all of this. Wow. Whether it's him or not, he is a part of this Tower fire. Oh my gosh. He's definitely part of the group. Whatever the heck they're doing, he has had involvement. Either in the past, maybe now still. Maybe he hasn't been involved in like 2 or 3 years, but he's a part of this group who has been doing whatever this is. Oh my god. Wow. Okay. Sage Moon says, allegedly he's into magic and rituals, but I'm a mind my business on that one. That's so spooky. Wait, Sage Moon, who's involved in the magic and rituals? Jay-Z or Diddy? See, okay. But before we go on, I'm just going to say, Archangel Michael and all the archangels, please surround us all in white light and love as we dive into these more difficult topics. Thank you. Just got to do a little, call in the goodness when we're looking at all this darkness. This is yuck. Okay, let's So Jay-Z the tower. So that's a yes, confirmation. Let's see what else comes through. I don't even know what to ask because this is also crazy. Let's just see what energy is around him right now then. Because definitely tower energy is around him. What other energies around Jay-Z right now? Oof. The Two of Pentacles in the reverse. So for a long time, allegedly, for entertainment purposes, he's been able to balance these. Oh, I have goosebumps. Like, yuck. He's able to balance these different sides of his life, sides of his personality. You know, when you hear of someone who has like a double life, like you hear about people who have had these crazy experiences where, like, they were married to someone for a long time and then they find out like 20 years later that while their spouse was always going out of town for business, they really had a family in another state, right? Like something crazy like that. This isn't quite that extreme, but it's close because this Two of Pentacles, when we're talking about this topic, it's really saying like, I've been juggling. Like I have been presenting one side of myself in this scenario and a different side of myself when I'm over here. And it's for a long time being able to do that, but that's over. It's like his two worlds are finally colliding, which is the one thing that he didn't want to happen. This also tells me that I don't think Beyonce knows, which thank goodness. Well, and even if she does find out, or if she's maybe been finding out now, if we see that they start having marital problems, or if she divorces him or something like that, which is, that's a very deep, sad topic, of course. But if that happens, I would say that it's because she found out the full extent of, what he really gets up to, basically. Because he's been able to somehow maintain these two separate lives essentially, but that's over. His two worlds are colliding. He can no longer do this. It's being exposed. Yikes. Okay, what else do we have here? This is wild. Wait, Sageman says, allegedly Diddy is into it. Yes, do that protection affirmation. Seriously though, Sage Moon, especially dealing with that Mr. Love character. Okay, Sage Moon, I cannot I cannot take the fact that you just said that. The fact that he was trying to change his name, I just saw that today when I was reading some articles that he was like trying to change his name to like Mr. Love or something. Like, Diddy, you're trying too hard, honey. Like, clearly that should have been our first clue that something nefarious was going on. That's hilarious, Adrian. Melissa says Ashton is already getting heat for defending Danny Masterson in his trial. So ever since Ashton defended Danny Masterson behind the scenes, like by, outwardly, like not basically like he didn't say anything about it like in public, but then he wrote or he was like, I think against Danny Masterson, like in support of the victims in public. But then, yeah, I remember then it came out that he had written um a letter to the judge about the sentencing, asking the judge to like go light on Danny. While, meanwhile, Ashton and his wife Mila have been involved in all of these charities and organizations helping women who are victims of these type of, SA crimes and atrocities. Like when that happened, like I will never forget that. I will never look at them the same way. Like that was so weird and off to me. It's like same thing. It's like that double life. It's like who you are in one environment should be how you are in every environment. Obviously we're going to like act a little different at work, but you know what I mean? Like you should be the same person. You should have the same morals. You should be transparent. That was the weirdest thing ever. And you definitely could tell that he was that they were caught red-handed with how awkward that video was when they like apologized. Anyway, ugh, I forgot about that, Melissa, when you brought that up, like flashbacks. Okay, Mr. Love with the actual right? Mr. Love. Chrissy Ruiz says Dolly Parton, Miley Cyrus, Willie Nelson, which is awesome. I was hoping that Taylor Swift would also collab with her because they were like, spending so much time together. Well, not spending so much time together, but they were supporting each other's like tour movies and being supportive in the media. And Taylor started off in country. Like, I don't know. I was thinking it'd be fun, but whatever. Okay. Stage Moon, yep. Always will love that question. Who are you when no one's looking? Oh, eloquently said, Sage Moon. I love that. And you know what? Maybe we won't know, but Chiron knows, Saturn knows, and it's eclipse season. So everybody gonna know. Like it's gonna be exposed. Wow. Okay. All right. So definitely this is a yes on Jay-Z. And yeah, we've been talking about this for 45 minutes. Guys, there are so many other topics, but like it just sucks you in. Let's move on because there are other stories, but like that is hilarious. I can't believe we've been talking about this for that long. I mean, but it's the tea. Like this is the hottest tea. Okay. Beyonce has a lot of collabs, totally. Period. Sejun says, Melissa, Jay-Z was so bitter at the Grammys and seemed to be taking a jab at Taylor for winning and Beyonce losing. Yes, you were so right. I forgot about that. I wonder. Speaking of collabs, I wonder if you never know, right? You never know. Maybe they were talking about possibly doing a collab, which is why they were like supporting each other in the media and stuff. Then it went sour. Jay-Z said something. I don't know. Let's move on though. Let's move on. There will be more Diddy stuff coming out in the weeks to come, and we will continue to spill the tea, pull the cards. But I think that it was pretty clear tonight. The Tower came out twice, once in the position of Diddy's subconscious fears, along with the magician. He's continuing to fight at this point. He is not ready to give up. And then Jay-Z also confirmation with the Tower and the Two of Pentacles confirming that he very much, up until this point, at least, has been able to keep a lot of things hidden, living that double life, but it's catching up to him as well. Wild. Absolutely wild. Okay. I could talk about that all night. Our next story we have that was actually a request from Davis about Kelly Clarkson and the drama with her ex-husband. So let me pull this up. Davis, I pulled an article so that we could get some of the info because I have not been following this story, but this is very interesting. So, according to People magazine, this article came out March 15th, by the way. So, this is fairly fresh. Kelly Clarkson sues ex husband Brandon Blackstock months after $2.6 million ruling. The California Labor Commissioner previously ruled that Blackstock overstepped his legal limits as Clarkson's manager. So here we go again, mixing, money, family. Like, did he have an ulterior motive while he was married to her? That is strange that he was her manager and also her husband. And then it got very ugly. So this is a mess. Here's what this article also says. So, okay. 4 months after a California labor commissioner ruled that Kelly Clarkson's ex-husband, Brandon Blackstock, owed her $2.6 million in past commissions. He was robbing her. Oh my gosh. For overstepping his legal limits as her manager, the singer has filed new documents claiming he may actually owe her much more. Clarkson, 41, filed documents in Los Angeles on Monday saying that Blackstock has actually been violating state labor rules since 2007 when she entered into an oral agreement with Starstruck Management, the company his father, Narvel Blackstock, founded in 1988. It's giving Nepo baby, okay? Because the previous judgment reached in November only went back to 2017. Oh my gosh, if it was 2.6 million, only going back to 2017, if she's trying to go back to 2007 now, oh my gosh, which is okay, then that's a lot of money. Clarkson's new documents, which were obtained by People, ask for a full and complete accounting from Starstruck of all monies received by Starstruck, directly or indirectly, in connection with any and all contracts, employments, or engagements pertaining in any way to the personal services of Clarkson, including commissions, fees, profits, advances, and producing fees. Wow, she's coming for all of it. Okay, good for her. This is a woman who has like seen the light. She is ready. She's got her power back and she's like, here we go. Now you're gonna have to tango with me. I like it. Good for Kelly. And if you've heard her story, about like her upbringing and everything, like she's been through so much. Honestly, I am so proud of her. Like, I don't even know her, but I'm so proud of her that she is stepping up for herself and really stepping into her power and just standing up for herself. Like, who knows what's going to come of it, but good for her. Like, just that alone is amazing. But let's see. Let's see what will come through in regard to this situation. Davis, if you're still in here, do you have a particular question that you want me to ask about this situation. Hasn't this been going on for at least a couple of years? Yeah, it has. Gigi, this has been like an ongoing thing, I think, ever since they got divorced. But as of this month, like on the 15th, there was another turning point. Yeah, it's good for Kelly. She looks fabulous too. Oh, she really does. Yeah, this guy seems like a spoiled nepo baby who's just trying to take take as much as he can. She does look fabulous. She has her own show and she's just like, good for her. Okay, so let's just see. I don't know what comes through. Oh, there's Davis. Okay. I'm like, can you ask if she'll see anyone else? Okay, so you want to know more about like her romantic life? Okay, we can do that. We can do that. Okay. What's going on with Kelly's romantic life right now? Kelly Clarkson's romantic life amidst her really stepping into her power. A lot of the time that trickles out, you know? Kelly Clarkson's love life. Oh my god, do we have the 2 of cups reversed? Okay, now, the reason that this made me like, "Oh my god," is because 2 of cups is one of the love cards, right? So, just when the tarot is, like, just coming on through for us, wow, it just still gets me every time. Um, Now here's the thing. The 2 of cups in the reverse, basically, this is just talking about, like, honestly, a healthy I would say a healthy healing process. I think that this is a preoccupation still with, what's happened in the past. Not saying that she's like still in that headspace. I think that she's really healed a lot. She's strong. Look at her, coming for what's hers in life. But at the same time, when you're involved in that, there's still these like feelings or these lingering thoughts like in your aura. When you're thinking about such a terrible situation, it just doesn't really put you in the headspace where you're ready to like trust and date. And do you know what I mean? It's like it's too fresh in a way. Um, she isn't in the headspace right now, okay? Because we have this in the reverse. Now, and the reason that she's not is because she's still just trying to work through some things having to do with this ex-husband. And clearly it's, she's still even working through the legal system. So she's not really in that headspace, but let's see maybe what the future holds. After she moves through this headspace, what could be next for her? After she moves through this headspace, what's next for Kelly Clarkson in love? Sage of an ex-hubby from the place of fire. Exactly. Exactly. God bless Kelly Clarkson. Okay, let's see. What's coming next for in love? I'm like, see, this camera's way too close. So I can't even see the cards. Okay. Justice in the reverse. Guys, this is the legal system again. Okay, so I'm gonna say spirit is saying here when it comes to the situation, we're not there yet where we're even able to look, which that doesn't happen very often, but that's okay. This is an energy of there being kind of like a barrier around her right now for her own protection. They say like uh or redirection is God's protection. So I don't think that she is meant to be in a space where she's like in a relationship right now. This is a profound period of healing and strength for her. She is getting her karmic justice. And if you look at this person on the card, it's a woman standing there with a sword in one hand and the scales in the other. She is learning to become her own. This is like be your own man type of thing. Like how Cher said, I don't need to date a man, like I am a rich man mama or something when her mom told her she needed to date someone. That's this energy. It's like she's learning how to be a rich man or be a strong, independent woman who truly at her core knows her worth. So this is the cycle that she's in right now. And it's very positive for her. She's meant to be in that place. Um, Love will come at the right time for her as it does for all of us. But this is about a very powerful, profound self-love energy of strength. And I love this. We had this in the reverse when it came out because this is talking about the time frame of after this is completed. She'll be in the space to look at that part of life again. But right now, it's about her. And if she were to be in a relationship, it would take her energy away from how much she needs to love and focus on herself right now. So That's why there's nobody around her that she's, like, meant to be with. So, I like that, actually. I think that's amazing. You know, romantic love's amazing, so is self-love. So is finding your core strength. You know what I mean? Like, no they all have such a beautiful energy around them depending on where you're at in your life. Like, it's no one is better than the other, basically, you know? So that's where she's at. So good for her. I love it. Okay. I hope that that answered your question or satisfied your curiosity, Voice of Davis, because I feel as if we must move on because I'm like, we talked about Diddy for 45 minutes. Let's see, what are you guys saying? Gigi says, TR Uranus and Jupiter over her natal Chiron breaking free. Oh, wow, Gigi. Oh, I keep hitting my microphone. Oh my God. Uranus and Jupiter over her natal Chiron breaking free from her wounds. Chiron, the wounded healer. Wow. That's beautiful. Gigi, thank you for sharing that. That is beautiful. Gosh, I love that. See, isn't it just cool? It's just cool how it works out. Thank you for sharing that, Gigi. Amazing. Babalu says, "Can we have some royalty?" Looking into Catherine's health. Oh, you guys, I feel so bad about that. Like, not bad, but also kind of bad, because the tea that was spilled around the time of speculation, I still stand by it, which is why I feel kind of bad. Um, because two things can be true at once, in my opinion, and when it comes to health things, um that's very deep and it can be very dark. When I was 24, I had thyroid cancer, such a scary time of life. And so blessed that, I regained my health and my strength. So personally, just because I can relate to that, out of respect, I'm not going to touch it. But I still do stand by the other stuff, like, the personal life stuff that was coming through. I still think that stuff's real. But I'm just gonna leave it out of respect. You know what I mean? I know you get it. Okay. Let's see. While we've been reading her, all I can think about is being underneath the tree. Oh, Sage. Oh my God. Okay. Can you also do a reading on the future of Euphoria? It's been delayed indefinitely. Sure. We'll pull one of those two, Voice of Davis. Why not? Okay, Euphoria. Let's just get a general energy because I have heard that from Dumois, I heard that Sam Levinson, um, he is working on it, but that he's taking so long that, some people are speculating that the network, HBO, I believe, is annoyed. Other people are saying, no, that's not true. No one's annoyed. This is just how it works. And the stars wanted to go do other projects and that it will pick back up later, like after college or something. Let's just see what comes through. What do the cards have to say about the future of Euphoria in general? 10 of Wands, burden. Ooh, big burden. Big, big burden. So this right now, the whole project of Euphoria is a huge burden on the network. It's a burden on those who have been involved in it. This is not a joyful energy, which makes a lot of sense because I feel like the people who gained a lot of fame, Sydney Sweeney, Jacob Elordi, they've moved on. I can't see those people, Zendaya, but she was already famous. I can't see those people wanting at this point to go back to do Euphoria when they're doing major movies, blockbuster movies, which is, the goal of actors and actresses. Like people want to be on the big screen. Um, I mean, typically, like I used to act, and that was like the goal for everybody, in my acting classes. So, like, I think that this is a burden for the actors and actresses. I think it's also a burden for the writers and like Sam Levinson himself. This is giving just, I feel a burden energy for everyone involved because even him, I believe that it's just like there's too much pressure. Like when you want to make something creatively, like it has to feel good, it has to feel joyful. Um, I believe when Euphoria was first created, it was like created from excitement and there was a passion. Now it's like the people it doesn't have the same energy. There's a lot of fear also that it won't be as good moving forward. Oh, okay, that one like did a weird click, so let's just pull that. Queen of Swords. This is cutting things off. Mm. I don't know that Euphoria. I'm sorry for if there are any fans out there. I don't know that Euphoria will come back. And if it does come back, I think that a lot of people will have left. Like this is the card of cutting things off, of making a break. Um, if it comes back, like a lot of people will have left, people will have cut things off. There will be like new people. Like it's I believe that that Euphoria as we know it is over. Sorry to say. Um, and even if, Euphoria were to come back in the future, it's gonna look so different that it's not gonna be the same show. Let me pull one more card to clarify, but yeah, Queen of Swords, that's a no card. A no card and a burden card, so it's not looking good. And then the Ace of Cups, my cup runneth over with love. There is I will say that even though it's gonna be a different show, if it does end up coming back, even in a form that's basically not recognizable, like, it should probably even have a different name because it's not really Euphoria, it will be well received at least. So, will Euphoria come back? Possibly, but it's not gonna look the same at all, and it won't have a lot of the same stars. But it will be well received because people are gonna be so excited for it that, it's definitely gonna be popular. So this alone, I would say, okay, so yes, it'll come back, it'll look totally different, and it's gonna have a lot of different characters. It's like it's not the same show, basically, and it'll be quite a ways in the future, because of that burden card. That burden card moves really slow. It's like walking uphill. So yeah, okay, interesting. I hope that answered the question. All right, let's see. His last project was also a mess, The Idol. Oh my Gigi. I never watched it, but it seemed absolutely insane, and also, like, a lot of people talked about how just he was very, like, I don't know, all over the place with the amount of, like, just nudity and, like, just a lot of people felt uncomfortable on set, like, there were all those kind of rumblings, and it just that gives me the ick too. So, you know, yeah, I think it'd be for the best if it just let it go. Okay, moving on. Um, Penny wanted to know about Kendall Jenner and Devin Booker. Let's see. Great question, Penny. I'm curious too, and I tried to look up just anything. I did a little Google search, like, will anything come up about them? I haven't seen anything about them since I don't know. This all kind of first started about a month ago. So I'm curious too. Like if they are still together, it's very quiet. So let's just see. Kendall Jenner and Devin Booker. How are things going with them? Four of Cups. Okay, not it's not good, guys. This person is obviously sad. They are holding a little pillow. This person has been crying. They're doing a lot of thinking, and it's like it's sad. It's like depressing. We got this card also when I did the reading about like Camila and Sean Mendez when it was like they're ready to move on. Sometimes you can't go back, you know what I mean? And they broke up in 2022. So they were apart for 2 years and they tried it again. That's great if there was still that energy there. But maybe they found out that they broke up for a reason. Let's get some clarity here. Um, how does Kendall Jenner feel right now about Devin Booker? What's her energy? King of Swords. Ooh, she sees him as the King of Swords. Well, as we know from that Euphoria reading, that's cutting things off. I think he might have broken up with her again. Dang. Man, give someone a second chance and they break up with you? Okay, let's see his card. The King of Swords is like done. We're done. Um, that's his energy. Okay. How does Devin Booker feel about Kendall right now? That would explain why we haven't seen or heard about them. How does Devin Booker feel towards Kendall Jenner right now? Six of Cups. He sees her as the soulmate energy. This is twisted. Okay. This is two very different energies. So, okay. There's disappointment around the relationship right now. So, this is like things aren't working out. Okay. She sees him as like this is like a cold energy. This is someone who's cold, able to cut things off. Um, Someone who can like detach. It's an air sign card. And in this context, it would be definitely someone who maybe broke up with you or whatever. She sees him as someone that can easily kind of like walk away or turn cold, hot and cold. Um, he sees her as having Six of Cups energy, though. This is very complicated. This actually makes a lot of sense, though, why they would break up, then get back together 2 years later, because this is actually like a conflicting reading. A lot of like unresolved feelings here, a lot of confusion. And honestly, it's like there are two separate energies happening at the same time with both of them. There's this push pull feeling. It's like, I believe you're my soulmate. Six of Cups is my soulmate in love card. I believe you're my soulmate. We should be together. But then at the same time, there's this coldness around them and there's this tendency to cut things off. And I'm going to say this is more him. Well, let me get a clarifier. That's really weird. Um, just a clarifying energy around the relationship. What's all this conflicting energy about? Temperance. There's a lack of okay. Guys, stop it. Okay, so temperance is the card of like being temperate in your decision making, not hot-headed. So basically both of them have a tendency to be too hot-headed, and they have to both learn to be more temperate in their emotions and in their actions. This would be like people who are in love, then they get in a fight and they disagree about something. One thing leads to another. Before you know it, one person has walked out the door, blocked the other person's phone number, and they don't talk for like 2 years. Not saying that's what happened, but like that. It's like stubbornness, um, coldness, stubbornness, ego. Temperance is the key for them. They have to learn to balance their ego with their emotions. So this is a learning experience for them. They're definitely still in it. Right now there's disappointment. So this could go either way, but this is where they're at right now and what they're working through. It's up to them whether they, make it or don't, but this is the energy around their connection at the moment. Wow. Penny, isn't that wild? Oh my God. Okay. Next up, we have a couple more. Did you guys hear about this whole thing with Christine Quinn, who used to be on Selling Sunset, and her husband, Christian, who was arrested twice last week for suspected domestic violence? And then it came out that I think it was yesterday that he now has filed some sort of, so she filed a protective order against him. And then now, like as of yesterday, he filed a protective order against her because he doesn't want her to take their child out of state. It's a mess, basically. And I was just curious how, like, what's going on with them. I don't know. It's all very bizarre. So I just want to pull some cards and see. Because they're basically both claiming that the other one is the one in the wrong. And if you guys know Selling Sunset, Christine Quinn was one of the villains on the show. Let's see. Of course, Penny, thank you for the request. Okay, what's going on with Christine Quinn and her husband? Like, what's happening there? Let's pull a card for her energy first. This is alleged for entertainment purposes, even though this is kind of a dark subject. I feel like a lot of this is just like, hey, it's eclipse season. We're just gonna go there. Christine's energy first. The High Priestess. Okay. This is someone who's intuitive. You know what's interesting? She actually is very into like astrology and tarot and energy. Like she'll post about stuff like that. I follow her on Instagram. That's interesting. So this would represent her. Yeah, she's been working on like her connection to spirit lately. That checks out. Um, let's see. She says, "Oof, messy." It's messy. Adrian says, "Oh my god, no way. I love Selling Sunset," and they seem to really love each other. I know, right? Um, Adrian, I felt like she had such like a rough, her story. It was kind of like her villain origin story was the fact that she'd like gone through a lot, and I don't know, like I definitely like felt bad for her, and like I wanted to her to win and for her to like be happy and healthy. Also, everyone did kinda, like, turn against her. Anyway, it was a lot. All the Selling Sunset watchers, y'all know. And then it seemed like she finally met her person, and she walked away from the show, and they were, like, doing their own business. She became a mom, like, I thought she was really happy. That's why I wanted to pull some cards because, like, it's just sad, and I'm just like, "What's going on?" Oh, no, I suspect this will get messy. Uh, yes, she's an Aquarius. Oh, dang, she is? Okay. Okay, that makes sense. That's also probably why I'm like, as an Aquarius rising, I've been drawn to her. Like, I do like her, even. Okay, let's see. Okay, Sageman says, I also feel like they made her the villain, even though she was saying things that the other people were saying, but it was good. Excuse me. It was good they gave her an origin story last season. Hmm. Yeah, good points, Sageman. Good points. Good points have been made. That was so complicated. I remember when I was watching that, like, I went from, like, loving Chrishell and being, like, on her side and then being on Christine's side, and then, like, the whole thing was just, like, a lot. And at the end of the day, like, there were some crazy allegations going around about, like, Emma remember Emma Hernan and Christine? Like, basically, they had some issue because Christine said that she'd been engaged to the person that Emma Hernan, another person on the show, was dating. And then Emma said that, like, that wasn't true. I mean, that's a crazy thing to lie about. So, like, whoever was lying in that situation, like, something's off, right? Anyway, let's see what's going on. Oh my god, for real, for real, Selling Sunset is such a roller coaster. It really is. It really is. Sage Moon, I'm glad you get it. Okay. It's like you really don't know who to believe. You're like, this is wild. Just eating my popcorn over here. Okay, so she's the high priestess. What about Christian? Possibly Christine's soon to be ex-husband. He's a tech person, very wealthy. She met him while selling houses, of course. What card represents Christian's energy right now? Oh, pulled two cards. We're gonna take them both. Dang. This tower cannot stop coming out when it comes to bad men today. Sorry. How weird. This card has only come out when we've asked about P. Diddy, Jay-Z, and now Christian Dumontet. I believe that's his name. I just want to say it like that. Um, wow. Okay, well, that's pretty clear. So allegedly for entertainment purposes, I'm gonna say, yeah, he did it. He's wrong. He did it. Yeah. He was arrested 2 times for a reason, and this countersuit and all that, that's just part of his little BS that he's been pulling of being controlling and basically crazy. Wow. Okay, so confirmed allegedly for according to the tarot T. And then we also have this 7 of Pentacles in the reverse. This is about money problems, okay? That actually makes some sense. So they supposedly this was like right when she left Selling Sunset. Supposedly they started some like company together where you could buy homes using like cryptocurrency. I mean, I don't know how the cryptocurrency market's doing right now, but I don't think it's like where it was a couple years ago. They invested money in that. They went all in. They have a huge home, property taxes, like the fees, all that stuff with a house like that, and just their lifestyle. Having money problems is one of the biggest causes of issues in marriages statistically. Someone like him who is, who values being wealthy a lot, maybe he's a little bit into his ego and being a tech person, whatever. I think that that has a lot to do with it. I think that he has been having money trouble, and I think that, um, on top of that, the allegations, and the accusations that she's made against him as this high priestess, intuitive person who is really coming into their spiritual self, their spiritual side. When you are more connected to your spiritual side, you get a lot of strength from that, right? Like, even if the world around you isn't pleasant, you can really draw on your inner strength, your higher power, and that can give you the power and the energy that you need to break through any sort of chains, whether it be, an abusive relationship or an addiction or just like bad habits, like whatever it is that you're working through, relying on a higher power or, saying affirmations or doing whatever it is that can give you that strength that you need to get out of a bad situation. So this tells me that she finally has started speaking up because of her connection that she's been building to herself and her higher power. And yeah, wow. Oh my god. Well, honestly, like good for her and I'm so sorry that she went through that. Like that's so sad, but I'm glad that she, felt strong enough into that high priestess energy, major arcana. Her strength is up. Like she's not going back. So good for her that she did that and that now she's protecting herself and she's in a better situation today than she was a month ago. So sending her love and blessings. Wow. That's wild. Let's see. Sageman says, yeah, I'm glad Christine isn't on there anymore. It just seems like with Christine, even if Christine wasn't like some people just don't mix, right? I feel like Christine is sort of like one of those people that I don't know, she's just very independent. Well, she's an Aquarius. Okay. So she's always going to kind of stick out anyway. And that circle of people, it just seems like they all need to kind of fall in line. And yeah, it was just there was so much friction that it was getting crazy on that show. Let's see. Gigi says we need some divine masculine. For sure we do. For sure we do, Gigi. Yeah, bring that divine masculine energy in. It's on the way. The high priestess energy will attract it. Okay. And my last but not least, this is just like a wild card that I wrote down. Gypsy Rose Blanchard. I mean, do we even care? Sorry, that was mean, but like this is crazy. I just wanted to pull a couple cards. Gypsy Rose Blanchard, you guys remember her, who got out of jail, and that was just such a crazy experience. I did pull some cards on her before. She and her husband are breaking up. Now, I think everybody kind of saw this coming, but I just wanted to pull some cards just to see, just end on like a semi light note because this is some crazy energy. All we had was like breakups, P. Diddy, Kelly Clarkson and her husband, Christine Quinn and her husband. But I'm telling you, it's the eclipse energy. Like out with the toxic, in with the positive. And according to our friend, spiritual bossy Camila, by April 8th, we should all start to see a new beginning in our own lives, which is exciting. All right. So this makes sense. We're kind of still wading through the muck. We're like getting through it. Okay. Sageman says, oh, sorry, Chelsea's an Aquarius. Christine gives dark Leo, Scorpio, and Capricorn energy. Ooh. Also kind of, standalone energy. I wonder what Christine's big three are though. Yeah, I do too. I'm pretty sure she's Scorpio, sun, Sage Moon. Yeah, that's worth looking into for sure. And Chelsea and Aquarius, I do like Chelsea. Did you guys see that Chelsea and her husband also filed for divorce? What is going on with I'm telling you, you guys, it's this eclipse energy. Whatever needs to come out is coming out. It's like a purge. But I thought that Chelsea and her husband were so happy. Like they really seemed so in love. That made me sad to see that. Maybe Chelsea and Christine will reconnect because they were such good friends before on the show. And then maybe Christine will come back on the show. I don't know. Okay. Anyway, back to it. What were we talking about? Oh yeah, Gypsy Rose. I'm just curious. Just gonna couple throwaway cards here. What happened there with her marriage? Two of Swords in the reverse. So okay, this is like not having your heart in it because this is someone who's indecisive, doesn't really know what they want. In the reverse, this is basically saying that maybe this is like how she felt or he felt at one time. There's this energy of, like, indecision. It's, like, not super committed, basically. And then in the reverse, this is, like, saying that they went through a period of that, then overcame it. So it looks like this is, like, describing a story here. Okay. So there was a lack of commitment there on someone. Who had the lack of commitment? Who had a lack of commitment to the relationship? 8 of Pentacles. So this would be her, because we have a feminine energy card. 8 of Pentacles in the reverse. This has to do with money and finances, work. Um, I would say that she is actually interested in other things, which, I mean, her whole life it seems like, and again, I don't even know, because I don't even know why I wrote this story down. So this is kind of wild. Her life, everything that has gone on with her, she's such a controversial character that it does seem though like she's always kind of relied on others. So there was like her mom, that whole story, her ex, who's in jail still, or this guy. It's like she really wants to 8 energy as her own power. Pentacle is making money. Yeah, she's more interested in like making money, doing her own thing. So she actually, this is talking about how she wasn't super committed from the beginning, which makes sense. I don't think that she was in a place. I'm gonna wrap this up because it's weird. Yeah, one more on that. It's weird. 5 of Wands in reverse, competition. Okay, well, I'll say this. This is kind of surprising, but also not. There are other things and people competing for her energy. I would say she's the one that ended it. And according to the tarot, allegedly, she's the one that ended it because she's actually interested in other people and other opportunities. Which, other people meaning like DMing her, because we have that 5 of Wands. 5 is all about like wanting to explore and experience different things. So this is basically someone who didn't experience very much in life and wasn't ready to committed too soon, whatever. So it kind of crumbled and she's just gonna be like doing her own thing and she wants to make her own money and be independent. So okay. Weird reading. Sorry. All right. What are you guys saying? Sejman says, oh, sorry. Oh, wait, no. Yeah, I'm sorry. I thought we were talking about Chelsea earlier, not Christine. Oh, you're good, Sageman. I'm really shocked Chelsea's divorcing her man's. Let's see. Why don't we do a reading on that? Because that last one I did was not good. That was weird. Let's see. Chelsea. I think that Chelsea Lazkani is so beautiful. But okay, and Chelsea's so, like, charming, and her husband, like, they seem so in love. This is really sad. Alright, here we go. Selling Sunsets, Chelsea Lazkani files for divorce from husband after nearly 7 years of marriage. This just came out March 27th. This is very fresh. After nearly 7 years of marriage, da, da, da. Okay, wait. What does it say here? Are they gonna give us any info, or just gonna have to pull the cards? Chelsea shares 2 sons, Maddox, 5, and daughter Malia, 3, with Jeff. Oh, that's sad. Cited irreconcilable differences as the official reasoning for her filing per the outlet. The reality star also requested, according to the publication, joint physical and legal custody of their children. Okay, this is pretty standard. E News has reached out to for the refs and haven't heard back. Okay, so we are going to have to pull our own cards because we're not getting any info here. It does say though, Chelsea and Jeff, because I didn't really know much about him. It says here that he serves as a managing partner for a major media agency and that they first met on Tinder in 2015 before tying the knot 2 years later. Okay. We spoke about 15 times before getting together, she told the Daily Mail in May of 2022. I don't want to waste my time and give my energy to somebody if I don't think it will be worth it. That's very Aquarius. I felt like I knew him before we even met and the connection was immediate. Oh, that's sad. Okay, well, let's see what happened with them. Like, that makes me really sad because you know how a lot of the times on these TV shows, you can kind of sense when things are like getting weird. Like Kyle and Mauricio, that seemed weird even before they broke up. Um, Jax, Taylor, and Brittany Cartwright, I don't know. They seemed weird to me too. These two, Chelsea and her husband, like they seemed really in love. I actually thought they were going to be together a long time. So that's really sad. Oh, good night, Penny. Sweet dreams. It's so good to see you. Penny's so sweet. Shelly says good night. Liz, I'm late, but here for the tea. Liz, you're right on time, but we are on the last story. But I'm glad you're here. How have you been, Liz? What's new? We're reading Chelsea Lazkani and her husband Jeff. They are getting a divorce. Chelsea from Selling Sunset. Aye, Liz. Liz is here to party. Also, side note, kind of crazy. Christine's last name is Quinn. When she kind of gives Harley Quinn energy, and when she was on Selling Sunset, so true. Better late than never. Oh, Liz, when you show up, that's when the party starts. All right, you're right on time. You're never late. That is weird, Sage Moon. Yeah. Christine scares me a little bit, I'll be honest. Okay. Let's see. I'm going to do a past, present, future reading for Chelsea and Jeff for the dissolution of their marriage, just so we can kind of see what happened. So, in the past, the two of them, what was their energy? Oh, Ace of Pentacles. Okay, very positive. That makes sense. We saw a lot of this on the show. Very positive energy. This is a card of winning, Ace of Pentacles. This is money. This is prosperity, abundance. So their marriage brought a lot of good things their way. This is like just feeling stable and happy and hopeful, and like you're being productive together, working as a team. Really, really good in the past. Okay. See, that's like the energy I felt. Okay. What about in the present, which obviously isn't going to be super great. Chelsea Lascani and Jeff, she's divorcing. Present energy. Queen of Wands. Okay, this is her. He's not even showing up in the present energy. Queen of Wands is about following your passion. She did file for divorce. She was the one that filed the paperwork. So, this is her. This is her choice. This is talking about her being the one who really wanted this probably more than he did, I would say. But there's a reason that she's doing this. She needs to follow her passion. What exactly is that passion? Why would she not be able to be with her husband while she follows it? Let's get some clarity on this Queen of Wands. Oh, that card made a weird noise. We're going to take it. Whoa, 10 of Swords. She had to end the marriage in order to be this Queen of Wands. That's the clarity. She needed to end it. Huh. Okay. Why? I'm like, what? So she was not going to be able to follow her passion. Like this marriage was like in direct opposition to her happiness. Okay. Why? What about it? What about the marriage made her so unhappy? Five of Cups, crying, unhappiness. What you don't have instead of what you do have. Yeah, okay, so she just felt very unfulfilled. Um, okay, well, here we go. The connection itself like made her just very unhappy. And she came to a point where she realized like I don't enjoy this. I'm not having fun being around this person. Like it was just like it started to be like everything. You know what I mean? Like irreconcilable differences is something that, people will say it's like you check a box, but this is actually like what that would look like in real life. Just like nothing. It's like nothing's really feeling right anymore. Really sad actually. Anything else? Oh, wow. Okay, that card kind of fell, so we'll take it. Three of Pentacles. She started to feel more independent and excited. Three of Pentacles being at work. So I think that Selling Sunset, being on the show and traveling and having these new friendships and things, like her world has really opened up in the past few years. She wants to continue to experience expansion and having fun, and something about his personality, things going on behind the scenes, the way that they interact, she wasn't going to be able to do that being married to him. Huh. Okay. Let's pull a card for him. What's his energy? Why is this? I don't know. Dajamin says, with that Queen of Wands, I hear her saying, I'm a bad bitch. Like with her iconic voice and accent. Totally. Sage Moon, totally. I mean, Queen of Wands is like one of the best cards. Like, I love that card so much. It's absolutely the bad bitch card. I love it, Sage Moon. I can totally hear it too. What's his energy? Like what was he doing that was in direct opposition to her feeling like that bad bitch? Mm, Knight of Pentacles, stability, slow and steady. I think that he just didn't understand anything about what she wants to do. This is someone who just fundamentally has a very different idea of what life should look like, of happiness. Literally, irreconcilable differences. It's like no one really did anything to hurt the other person. It's just at their core, they're very different people. And I think just the more she discovered her Queen of Wands, like happiness and passion and excitement, the more she realized, allegedly for entertainment purposes, just how much this connection isn't right for her anymore. Like at this phase of her life, honestly, like, just kind of like outgrowing it. Because this is actually not a bad person at all. This is a great person. This is my slow and steady wins the race, someone who comes to you with open arms, with gifts, which is why I think like joint custody and like wanting things to be fair is something that she's going to pursue because it's like, yeah, it's a little sad, but it's just like sometimes things just don't work out, is the energy I'm getting. He likes that stable energy. I wonder if he's got a lot of earth sign energy in him. It's like she wants to fly and expand and do new things and he wants things to just be safe and just, I don't know, just kind of earth sign energy. It's like just earthy. Like just doesn't get it. Basically, they just don't get it. They don't get each other. Okay. Anything else? Because I think that makes sense. Anything else? Aw, sad. For ones, this is basically just confirming that we're reading about a marriage, which dang, the tarot tea has been like wildly just literal today with all the things. But this is just saying that like it's a little sad. It's like it wasn't a bad marriage. I think that this is actually a couple who will remain respectful to each other to the point where they could even be friends. And you never know, like down the line, this could be like a Ben and JLo thing where they get back together and like even like remarry. I know that sounds crazy, but we went to the Drew Barrymore show. Um, Marie Osmond was co-hosting with Drew, and she actually said that like she remarried her first husband like later in life. Like, I don't know, this would be like the right person for her when she's ready to like settle down. Do you know what I mean? But regardless of if they ever got back together or not, there's always going to be a mutual love and respect there between them. This is not like an ugly divorce, nothing like that. So that's good. That's good. I think that it's just like that reason, season, or lifetime energy. And they were both there for each other for a season. And I think they'll remain respectful and friendly. And that's all you can really hope for. So at least it's not like something super ugly, you know? So sending them both love, wish them the best. Sage Moon says, I think he wanted to slow, yeah, and settle things down with life. Totally, Sage Moon. Whereas she might have wanted to ramp it up, like just going in completely different directions with her career and experiencing things that she never has that ignite a spark within her. I completely agree, Sage Moon. Well said. Yep, we're on the same page, right? Yep, we sure are. Virgo to Virgo, Sage Moon and I are like, yep. Well, I think we should end on that note because that was somewhat like uplifting. Like I feel like, okay, both people are doing what they need to do for themselves. It's positive. We'll end on that positive note because the rest of the tea was piping hot and it was crazy. Virgang, yes. Virgang for life. Love you. Oh, you guys are the best. This was fun. This was a lot of fun. I loved it. Spilling a little tea with you guys, and we'll spill some more tea in a couple nights. Definitely going to be back on here frequently again. We got things settled down. So, but I love you guys. This was so much fun. I hope you all have the best weekend. Give yourself that self love. Prep for I was going to say August. April 8th when the new beginning comes in. So if you take it easy this weekend, that could be great. But we're about to have a really good, fresh burst of energy. So just a little self love is good right now. All right, you guys, y'all are the best. This was fun. Thank you all for being here. And I will talk to you again in a couple days. Also, always feel free to comment any like videos that you guys want me to do that are like about one topic. I used to do those a lot where I do like short ones and just kind of like put them out there about different topics. So let me know. You can always comment on any of the videos. I'll see it. It pops up. Because I want to start doing some more of those too, just to have more tea coming out. Woo, child. We covered a lot tonight. I love your child. When you say that, I love it. Thanks so much. Aw, we love you. Thank you so much. I love you guys so much too. Restful weekend with the pups and hubby. Thank you. We will. I'm gonna give them all a big kiss. Love you guys. Good night.